movement as well.
Yeah, I mean, you watch him from afar. You watch him knowing the numbers and the goals he's got, and sometimes you wonder, is he just quicker than other people? Is he sharper than other people? Is he lucky? No, none of that is the case. He's just, his first 3 yards, he beats everyone with his first 3 yards in his mind, his positions, his movements, and his desire to go in and be in the right position.
Let's have a look at some of the clips then. And straight away, I mean, look, you can compare him to Harry Kane. We've just talked about Harry Kane's movement, haven't we, in the previous part. Talk us through it. What do you think?
Yeah, well, we will say your point is quite valid. He has got real quality behind him. Bruno Fernandes and Paul Pogba able to make...
It's a different midfield profile,
able to make the passes, so you do trust that they're going to. But just look at this right at the start. He's in a pretty decent position there. He's in between full-back and wing-back, as we'd like to see strikers. But look, just that moment where a midfielder is just about to make that pass. Look at his body position compared to everybody else.
He's on his bike.
You can see Bruno's in a great position. It's not an easy pass. He's asking Bruno Fernandes to make that lobbed pass in there.
Because there's not a lot of space, is there?
No, it's not an easy pass, but he makes his movement. He runs at full speed and he says, go on, see if you can play me in. All the Newcastle defenders are flat.
Close.
He's so close. He's so close to getting in onto this position again. Just highlight him at the bottom.
So again, I mean, look, he's coming to the ball like Harry Kane was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's all right.
There's nothing wrong with that. But what he does once he's not getting the ball, he runs away. He picks a new position. Suddenly, a player gets. And not just the fact it's Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
It's a player who's got his body position, who can face forward, can potentially, not will make the pass, can potentially
and he
make
senses
the pass.
he senses the gap as well. I think that's what he recognises the space. He recognises where to go.
He recognises that he's got options. He recognises depending where the ball is. I think if Bruno was to play it now, he makes that run. I think Bruno just needs another touch to pull it that way. So you see that momentary change in his direction, but he attacks the ball at the space. He doesn't attack the ball. He attacks the space at full speed. That showed that he's human.
Yeah, the Newcastle fans enjoyed that right in front of them.
That showed that he's human. But this was, talking about, we showed the Harry Kane clips moments ago when I think it was, it's maybe Skip or Weeks got the ball deep, or Aurier in this position. And Harry Kane kept coming short to the ball. See that moment?
Yeah.
Greenwood's just had a touch. Already, Ronaldo is thinking about going that way.
Yeah.
So as a mover on, he's had his first touch. See the body position?
He's now pointed. He's now pointed here. He's actually pointed to Greenwood, I think, to play this ball. He said, go on, you do that.
Yeah, but he's already started to run this way himself. Now, he's never going to win a race from this point against, I think it's Lascelles. Because
he's quick,
He is quick, but Lascelles has got too much ground on him.
Yeah.
But that doesn't stop him from making that run, because it's a good run for him, just in case. I mean, who knows? Lascelles could fall over.
Yeah.
That's the positive thinking, you think, as a striker. But as well, he's thinking about the team. It creates space. It creates this pass, as you said. He ordered it in. He's now just looked over his left shoulder.
Now.
He's seen that he's got support with him. He now pulls into that space and suddenly realises...
Do you know what he's done? So what he did in that last movement was pull away to leave the space for Bruno Fernandes. He's now made another, in my view, or he's going to make another unselfish run.
Yeah, because he's not in a bad position there, but he realises if I make that run, beg your pardon, if I make that run into there,
he could jump over him. He's got a leap on him as well, hasn't he? He's got a good leap on him.
But they've got options, and actually they play that ball, and I think this is it should be a pretty easy pass from Bruno Fernandes into that space. I think he plays it just behind.
Fraction behind.
Jadon Sancho, which means that they don't quite get it, but the movement. I don't know what you've noticed of Cristiano Ronaldo so far. Each bit of movement is at top speed. He doesn't amble anywhere. When there's an opportunity to do anything in the width of the goal frame, in that kind of area, everything is at 100 miles an hour.
Comes short again into that space. Can I get it? No, I can't. Ball's gone wide. Can I get in the box?
And we've seen him attack that space 2 or 3 times, and I just want to run this on. So he's in that position again, which is a pretty good space. He comes short. You see the speed of movement. Can he get it to feet? No. Now, how many times have we seen him run and attack that space, which I think at that moment he's probably going to get onto? His problem on this occasion is Jadon Sancho just comes into that area.
Into his space.
So as that ball goes wide, suddenly he realises I've got a player on my shoulder. I can't attack that position, so I'll have to make a different run. His problem is Sancho makes the same run. Sancho makes it.
But he's still in space, though. Ronaldo, he still stood in space. No one marking him.
And it still was, yes, it was 3 yards, me to you, but it was still at full speed. It was still a real dart. And that's what was impressive. And that's what made me realise how he's got his numbers, how he's got his goal. Yeah. Everything he does is top speed. And this one, I probably like the most, just to highlight, and I want to show him, just to highlight how he does it. Now, he doesn't touch the ball here, right? But just watch, he comes short, the ball goes wide, he suddenly realises now, so he's set off, right?
Yeah.
And he makes this run, and he attacks that space. Yeah. Now, he doesn't get the ball here, but watch his intent. If the ball comes in, there's nobody that can match him. If the ball doesn't, well, I'll make another run in a moment. And that's the difference between Cristiano Ronaldo and everybody else at the moment. See that space, makes that run, runs in. If that ball comes near him,
he's free again.
But he commits to making high-tempo runs at full speed. And 36 years of age, that is still very, very impressive.
It is. I mean, let's have a look at the goals, because actually they highlight pretty much what you're saying about his movement and his desire. I mean, I love this one. I absolutely love this goal. It's a tap-in. He's 2 yards out when he scores it. But he recognises that Freddie Woodman might actually drop this. This is the best angle. This is the best angle for me.
Well, he's the only man.
I'm going to take it on. Greenwood gets the ball. Now, how often does Greenwood do this? So, first of all, he's alert to the fact that Greenwood's going to come in, get his shot away. Play it on. So he comes in. Bang. Take it back just slightly. You got it?
Yeah.
Keep it back. Look now at Cristiano Ronaldo. There he is. He is on the move already. As soon as Greenwood lifts his leg to strike that ball, he's on the move.
And he's the only one. You see the flat
the only one.
Newcastle.
They're all in the line.
Now does Lascelles try and react, I think it is. And he's the only Newcastle player that does. Cristiano Ronaldo, you wonder how he keeps getting in these spaces. It's his anticipation. It's his desire. It's his knowledge that Greenwood could score in one go. The keeper might not save it. No one will notice Cristiano Ronaldo's
And
run.
There's that celebration. We've seen that a lot, and we'll see it a few more, I'm sure, this season. The second goal, you love this one.
Well, considering what we showed about Edouard, what we showed about Kane and body position, I don't think I need to highlight him. I think everybody knows that's Cristiano Ronaldo. But as that ball comes in, look at his body position, just like Harry Kane. He's in that body position, you'd think, because he's facing that way.
Make that run.
That's the most natural run, but that's probably not going to get him a goal.
No.
That's not what he thinks. And suddenly, within one touch...
Well, Sancho makes that run now, so I think
Sancho makes a good run, but suddenly, what's that? 4 or 5 strides? Look at his body position now. It's not saying, I'm going to go out there. It's saying...
Or give it to my feet, or...
saying, I'm going in there.
Yeah.
And you better play me. So this moment is the last time he looks at Luke Shaw. Yeah. From that moment, he's off. He's sprinting, head down, getting in there,
the space,
play the pass, and I'm good enough to take the touch and do everything else. You just need to get me in there, and he delivers, which he's done time and time again through his career.
I mean, how much of an impact is he going to have at Old Trafford, do you think?
Oh, massive. I think not only to be the game changer, they brought him in to score goals and win tight games. He scored the first 2 goals in this game. He turned a tight game where they were...
What about this touch?
Under a bit of pressure.
His first touch as well, though.
Well, it's frightening. He just trusts himself, doesn't he?
Caresses it into his path. It's just incredible, isn't it? At top speed as well. That's 20 miles an hour, I think I read.
Well, it's a speed I've never seen. Let me tell you that. But he's been brought in to make the difference in tight games, which he will do. But his impact, him and Varane, the mentality shift, the winning
Will he make the difference? Will he make the difference in the big games?
I think he will.
Yeah.
And I think he will, not only in the fact that he'll score big goals and be a big impact, he'll worry opposition defenders. They're playing against Ronaldo. They may drop. Bruno Fernandes might get more space, and it has a knock-on effect.
It's so good to have him back, and it's so good to have my favourite bit of the week.